Greetings tasty liquor lovers and welcome to Swill and Grog's wonderful world of beer. It's just me this time, although I was going to be joined by DJ Beacut. Unfortunately, some unfortunate circumstances came up for him, so I'll be doing this solo sadly, but yeah, here it is. Old English 800 malt liquor, 7.5% alcohol by volume, brewed and canned by the Miller Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the United States of America. Now, Old English 800, or OE 800 as it's commonly known, was first introduced in 1964, which means it's nearly 50 years old. Now, back then it was brewed by the People's Brewing Company, and it passed through, a few hands before it was bought by Pabst in 1979. And for Pabst, it was their their best-selling malt liquor brand up until 1999, when the brand was acquired by Miller. Yes, the Miller Brewing Company, who are, of course, owned by SAB Miller these days. Anyway, I think that's enough babbling about the history of OE 800, or Old English 800 malt liquor. I think it's high time that I cracked this open and saw what all the fuss was about. Alright, so giving it a good crack there. Not really getting any smoke, and I'm pouring it into this lovely pint glass that DJ Beacut gave me for my birthday a couple of weeks back. Alright. Okay, so it was a good pour there. Got a lot of head there, a good 3 fingers of bright white fluffy head. And as for the appearance, well, it's a very effervescent, clear golden appearance. Looks great, I must say, and there's a very decent amount of carbonation there. But, as far as beers and malt liquors are concerned, it looks awfully inviting. So, anyway, on to the aroma. Alright, well, definitely getting some, sweet smelling grains there. There's a definite, presence of malt. There's a very slight kind of fruity aroma as well. Perhaps a bit of citrus or green apple there. And, yeah, not really much else. No. So, yeah, it's definitely, very, malty with, a bit of a fruity twang to it. But, probably what you'd expect from this type of brew, to be honest. Alright, let me just top this up. Alright, see if we can get the entire contents of the can into the glass. And there we go. Gee whiz, that's a really creamy head there. Very creamy. Alright, so we've talked about the appearance and we've talked about the aroma, which could only mean it's time for the most important part of the review, the taste test. So to you, the audience, I'm giving you a huge cheers. Let's dive in. Oh, gee whiz. That really hits the spot. The taste really does follow the nose with this one. I'm getting a lot of, nice, bready malts up front. It's very malt forward. There's a very minimal amount of bitterness, there in the background, just, in the finish. But, it's very, crisp and clean and goes down smooth. I definitely can sort of taste that fruitiness that it has. That's only ever so slight, just as a residual kind of taste in the palate. But, as far as flavour goes, this, really packs quite a punch. It's very tasty. It's a a really delicious brew. Anyway, I do need to have some more. Alright, well it's certainly holding that taste profile. For those of you that really like, you know, malty beers, you know, you're really going to be impressed by this. You know, as far as beers go, it's just a real straight up, you know, beer flavour. If you can, you know, actually like say that, you know, it's definitely, you know, one of those, you know, no apologies, you know, uncompromising, just strong, you know, kind of beers that, you know, just really, you know, tastes, you know, like a beer is supposed to taste, or in this case, a malt liquor. I mean, it's so good, you know, and so strong, you know, they had to call it something other than beer. Alright, so, yeah, look, I'm really enjoying this. It's a great brew. I really don't know why, you know, it rates so low on, you know, all those beer sites. I really think they've got it wrong, you know, as far as this beer goes. It's, you know, definitely one to try, and, you know, but, yeah, certainly one that does pack a bit of a punch at, you know, 7.5% ABV. I believe this one is actually the West Coast variant. In other parts of the States, it's only 5%, oh, sorry, 5.9% ABV, and I think in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, it's only 3.2%. But, yeah, I mean, it's a very decent brew. Yeah, and I would highly recommend it to you all if you can get your hands on it. Unfortunately, it's very hard to get a hold of here in Australia. I went to great difficulty actually to get a hold of it here in Australia, just so I could review it for you all. But to summarise, it's sort of like a Pabst Blue Ribbon or a Carling Black Label on steroids, if you can imagine that. You know, got that same kind of, you know, uncompromising, no apologies, sort of, you know, straight up manly beer flavour, you know, but with an extra, you know, punch. So, yeah, it's something that, you know, I think a lot of you out there could really appreciate. And it's a damn shame that, you know, Dan Murphy's or First Choice Liquor don't actually carry this. Yeah, but if they were to, then I certainly think that it's something I'd buy fairly regularly. And, you know, in terms of its drinkability, you know, it's, you know, astronomically high, and certainly something that you could session, but, you know, perhaps not this, you know, 7.5% ABV version, but certainly the 5.9% version would be, you know, a decent one to session. Anyway, I think it's time I wrapped this up. So, yeah, I'll have one last gulp, of course, and give it a score out of 10. Alright, now I nearly forgot this, although they were sitting right in front of me. I thought I'd do a little bit of food pairing in this review. Now I've noticed that a lot of the North American malt liquor drinkers love to have these Cheez-It or Sunshine Cheez-It crackers with their malt liquor. Now a good friend and work colleague, Andrew, went over to the States recently and got me this, it's a 13.7 ounce or 388 gram box of Cheez-It crackers. He said they only cost about $1, which is, you know, insanely good value, I must say. So, yeah, I mean, I've never tried them before. They've never been available in Australia. I think there was something similar on the market here a long time ago, but, you know, sadly that's gone the way of the dinosaur. But anyway, let me open this box of Cheez-It crackers and see how they pair with this malt liquor. Alright, let's open these suckers up. Yeah, they've really got some weight to them. Alright, so let's see how these taste. I'll let you have a closer look at these. So they're little suckers, I must say. Only really small crackers, but, you know, you just shovel in a handful of them, I would imagine. I have to say, you know, they've got a very nice texture and taste to them. They're very moreish. I can see why they're so popular in America. Gee whiz. They're really tasty. And they're not too overly cheesy as well. They've got a nice kind of, almost natural kind of, cheese flavour to them. I was expecting to end up with orange dye all over my hands, but I was quite wrong. Alright, so it also looks like they've got quite a few varieties of these Sunshine Cheez-It crackers as well. Original, Cheddar Jack, Baby Swiss, Colby, Hot and Spicy, White Cheddar, Italian 4 Cheese, Big, and Mozzarella. So yeah folks, if you ever get over to the States, definitely check these Sunshine Cheez-It crackers out. They're really excellent and really do pair nicely with this Old English 800 malt liquor. Anyway, back to the beer. Just needed to wash those crackers down. So what would I give this delicious brew in terms of a score out of 10? A solid 9 out of 10, yeah. I think that's the score that it most certainly deserves. For its style, it's just excellent. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to try some of the other variants of this, but certainly this West Coast version at 7.5% ABV is, a very tasty, delicious brew. And the alcohol presence is very well hidden. So, yeah, I mean, you could easily give this to somebody and they probably wouldn't be aware that it had such a high ABV. But be careful with it, folks. A few of these would certainly knock you on your ass. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of yet another Swill and Grog beer review. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully there'll be another one really soon. So, anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to kick back and enjoy the rest of this Old English 800 malt liquor, or OE 800, and munch on these Cheez-It crackers, which are truly excellent. And yeah, enjoy what's left of the afternoon. So, until next time, fare thee well, all.